saying we
I'm not even. Starting lineups just announced. We're just about net. Greetings, it's 2K Sports bringing you live cup. The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods pairing up in the backcourt. Butler and Draymond are the 3 and the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. And for the Bulls, they've got Richaun Holmes and Freddie Simons out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Buzelis and it's Dozier in at the 3. All right, Grant, when your team is in the second game of a back-to-back, do you play it differently?
You know, it depends on what happened in the first game. Did your starters have to play a lot of minutes? Did you get into double overtime? It just depends, B.A.
Now here's Simons. Buries it from 3.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
And this is where Butler wants to attack you. Ground zero.
Here's Buzelis. Green covering. There's Simons with a 3. Unable to get that one. And the Warriors with possession. Well, the defenders stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Tim, when you talk about Jimmy Butler, just how hard of a worker is this guy?
Well, he's just exceptional. That gritty style of play is what makes him so respected, B.A. And as we know, he has a way of rising to the occasion.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
There's Simons with a 3. Connects from downtown. Simons has got 6.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. Porzingis grabs the board. Podziemski with it, and it's Holmes picking him up. Green in the post. Chicago with a rebound.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
Pass to Dozier. Now here's Simons. For 3. Porzingis grabs the board.
Chicago foul.
And Tim, last season, Draymond Green adding a Hustle Player of the Year award to his Hall of Fame resume.
Yeah, and B.A., that's an award every young player should aspire to have. But I know for Draymond Green, he was hoping to get his second Defensive Player of the Year award.
Now here's Porzingis. He has a clear impact on this offense, putting up over 19 a game.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
Here's Buzelis. On the wing, Simons. The 3-ball. Fires in the triple. Simons has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
The shot by Podziemski, no good. Bulls trail by 4. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Dozier. No good with the triple. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. And it's hammered home by Green.
I love the show of force by Green, putting the defense on notice with the jam.
And here's Holmes. Chicago passing it around. There's Simons with a 3. Counted from distance. Simons got 12.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
Ooh, had a nice open look right there.
Oh, it's just raining 3s for them early.
And now the first timeout called here for Chicago. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
Last season, they just couldn't find a winning strategy against this squad.
A big group substitution here for Chicago. Tice is checked in for Holmes. Lyles comes in for Buzelis. Knox, he's checked in for Dozier. And it's Morris in for Joseph. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Horford, he's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Santos comes in for Green. Melton, he's checked in for Podziemski. And Spencer's subbed in for Stephen Curry. The offensive rebound, and Horford powers it home.
The value of a big man with Horford's quickness can't be overstated. He takes full advantage of the rebound opportunity.
Here's Knox. And again, no good by Chicago. The Warriors lead by 8. 3 on 3.
2 minutes.
From deep, Melton. Tice grabs the miss. The Bulls have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. The kick out to Morris. Pass to Simons. Takes a 3. Hits a three-pointer. 15 points in the game.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
And Grant, Stephen Curry said his goal was to play meaningful basketball games. With the arrival of Jimmy Butler, that proved to be the case.
Yeah, the Warriors have been looking to get Steph some help. The fit with Jimmy was questioned, but it's worked out better than most people expected.
Beyond the arc, and that comes off the assist by Morris. Simons got 21 points in the game.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
He's been on fire since the beginning of this game, particularly when you look at the high percentage shots he's getting.
Simons against Melton. Fires the 3. And again, Anthony Simons for 3. He's got 24.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Pass to Butler. Down low. And there's Horford on the assist by Butler.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
And it's the Bulls' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Lyles. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's Simons with a 3. Horford pulls it in.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Inside, here's Melton. Count that bucket.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Stephen Curry getting it done for Golden State. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
We've got Buzelis. He's out there with Daniel Tice, and it's Joseph in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
To the inside. Horford gets it done inside.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Golden State has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. And Stephen Curry's been so good for so long. Tim, we tend to forget that early ankle injuries held it back.
Yeah, really, Brian, hard to imagine what he's overcome. Surgery in seasons 2 and 3 that strengthened his lower body and got those ankle braces. Sports medicine has unleashed a killer.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. BA?
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, thank you. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. After seeing a franchise player like Luka Doncic traded, you think there's anyone who is truly untouchable now, Tim?
Well, I tell you what, that trade, BA, made me realize nobody in this league is immovable. You just don't know what the future holds, and I think fewer guys will stay with one team their entire careers.
That was a shocker for sure. Outside Podziemski. On the wing, Green. 6 on the shot clock. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. This will be his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
And the technical free throw is good.
Well, in terms of entertainment, Steph Curry can put up more highlights in one game than some guys have in their entire career.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
On the wing, Simons lets it fly. Good. He's taken 13 shots. He's drained 10 of them. Fantastic production.
He's just showing off tonight. Simons, an explosive scorer with great energy.
Zealous' shot is good.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
And they are showing you why it's so important to get up the floor before the defense can set themselves. He's picking up right where he left off from beyond the arc this quarter.
Simons outside. Fires for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Back to Curry from deep. Another 3 for Golden State.
Well, if there's one guy in this league you better run off the three-point line, it's Curry.
Simons deciding where to go with it. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And it's Green with the ball for the Warriors. They lead by 7. Outside Curry. Fires the 3. Chicago with the rebound. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
And guys, we know that you come into every game with a chance of winning, but they were just totally outclassed.
And honestly, this is kind of what we expected. They ran up against a team with a very talented roster, and they just got overwhelmed.
And Green is so clever at forcing the D's hand. Gotta be careful how you guard him inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Chicago making some changes. Lyles, he's checked in for Holmes, and it's Morris in for Dozier.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Knox.
2 minutes.
And again, no good by Chicago.
He's always quick to pop out and defend the 3.
Oh, Green flexing on him with the strong finish.
And Green loves flexing on the defense, welcomes the contact, and overpowers it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. We're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
To the middle. Pass to Santos. Misses the 3. Bulls trail by 8. Here's Buzelis. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Buzelis has got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Spencer. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. A moment here to see the numbers for Jimmy Butler.
Second team foul. At the line for the Warriors.
The first one falls.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
Al Horford's checked in for the Warriors.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
And here's Simons outside. Rebounded by Green.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Over Tice. Here's Spencer. And the Warriors miss again. 2-for-1 opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
And here's Simons outside. Bulls keep it alive. This one for 3. That one doesn't drop.
Really tough quarter for him shooting the basketball.
To the paint. Here's Green. He's off on that one. Tice with the defensive effort.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
You're going to have to be very patient right here. Let's see how it plays out.
Just 3 on the clock. Oh, tough work inside from Butler.
Assisted.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows
That's the end
and
of the
putting...
first
And so it's the Golden State Warriors earning this break in the action.
39.
It's the 2K Sports
The Warriors.
halftime show.
49.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He ended up with 15 points and 3. And it's just about...
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. You look at Anthony Simons. He's been playing really well.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
And this offense continues to find him in his sweet spots from deep.
And so in the game for the Warriors, Butler and Draymond are the 3 and the 4. Curry and Pods pairing up in the backcourt. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. There's Simons with a 3. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors lead by 10. And you think of players who heat up in a hurry, you got to include Anthony Simons, Ted.
Well, Brian, he's just a bucket getter. He can pull up from any distance and with the elevation to do a little damage inside as well.
3-pointer, Buzelis. They get it again to the left side wing. Back to Simons. Shot clock at 6. The 3 is up. Sinks it from distance. Simons has got 35.
And you can just tell Simons has a lot of trust in his three-point shooting ability.
Curry at the rim.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
The Bulls trail by 12. To the wing, right side. Simons, left side. Back to Joseph. Chicago passing it around. From outside the arc. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Holmes. There's Simons with a 3. Here's the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Porzingis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, BA, it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
The Bulls making a switch here. Knox is checked in.
They're on fire to start this quarter, and with each basket, their confidence grows.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this. Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. Hey, guess what? Mission accomplished.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors. Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
And he comes up with a bucket. Curry's got 7 points here in the quarter.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Stephen Curry hears folks complaining about all the threes. He said it's new and everybody has their opinion. It's not like I can go out and do a 360 windmill, drive down the lane and dunk on somebody. We'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping to keep shooting threes, so don't worry about that. Guys?
That's his superpower. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Well, it's a make or miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Pass to Knox. Over to the wing. Looking to end the run. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 7 rebounds in the game. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Well, when you think about all the miles Jimmy Butler has on his legs now, how many more does he have left, Grant?
Well, he's been shouldering the load for a long time. But what separates him from the pack is his sheer will and his IQ. So he might just surprise us a little.
Looking at who's out there now for Chicago. Tice is checked in for Holmes. Lyles comes in for Buzelis, and it's Morris in for Dozier. And the Warriors making a switch here. Spencer's checked in.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
To the middle.
2 minutes.
Here's Horford, and Horford powers it home.
Assist from
Look at Horford just
Stephen
rocketing
Curry.
off the floor, putting the defense on notice with a big dunk.
Pass to Lyles. There's Tice with a three. Drops in the three. Tice has got his second bucket of the night.
And just sinks it over the taller defender. That's why you have to crowd shooters on the perimeter.
Well, you can tell when a shooter is confident. He shot that like he knew it was going in.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
The Warriors lead by 23. Melton finds Curry. Pure from three-point range. Curry's got 12 points in just the second half.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling. Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
And within the bigger picture of the game, you have these individual matchups.
And here's Curry for three. And the Warriors with another three.
He was red hot from the three in the first half, and he is showing no signs of slowing down.
There's Tice with a three. Pass to Lyles. Here's Joseph. Melton covers. The three. And it's Knox missing.
Still searching for his first bucket of the night. He is struggling, and so is his team.
And it's good for two.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness, but you've got to be smarter. That's a low percentage pass.
Simons is checked in for Chicago. Green's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Spencer. There's the drive, and he jams it home with authority.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Daniel Tice.
7 seconds left in the third quarter. Knocked away. Here's Simons. And that's not going to go. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a commanding lead to end the quarter. 27 points, looking good. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. We'll be right back after this word.
Great pace.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Bruno Fernando is out there with Alex Len. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then it's Daniel Tice. And it's Micic in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Fernando. The Warriors pull it in.
It's not easy to finish in traffic, but those are chances he has to convert.
Back to Green. And he banks in the layup.
Green.
Their interior D continues to look shaky.
Steph Curry.
Not a good matchup for them right now.
And the Bulls shooting around 33%. Not the best offensive efficiency. And the Warriors pushing it up now.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
Lynn inside, working on Green. Here's Micic. Gets the 3 ball to go. Micic has got his first 3 points of the game.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Up ahead. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
Way to capitalize on the mistake that leads to the bucket. You gotta love it.
It's so important in this league, quickly turning defense into offense.
Gary Payton
Just a
II.
strong finish there, guys.
Hey, needed just one hand to do it. Simons passes to Lynn. Over to the left wing. Chicago passing it around. Micic. Another 3 for Chicago.
If any defense gives you that much cushion, you have to take that shot.
Blocked. Simons outside. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Here's Micic. From the arc. Another 3 for Chicago.
Collecting plenty of second chance points this half. That alone can keep a team in a game.
Oh, it's stolen by Tice. And again, it's Chicago.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Warriors. Pass to Santos. Now Payton. Now Curry. Lets the three fly. Nails it from three.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Micic, no good. The Warriors lead by 23. In transition, here come the Warriors.
Changing ends quickly, scoring before the defense can set up. They've been doing it all game.
They've definitely been more opportunistic. They have pushed the pace every time they've had the chance.
Here's Curry. Green. Fernando grabs the miss. Chicago has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. Here's Micic. And the Bulls get it back.
Everything is bouncing their way tonight. The offensive glass has been a big factor in this one.
No good on the wing three. The Warriors have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Pass to Santos. Back to Curry. Lays it up and banks it in.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Offensive rebound. Here's Micic to stop the run. Here's Fernando to the left wing. Out left to the wing. Clock at 6. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. The Warriors have gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the fourth quarter. And it's hammered home by Green.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Lynn can't hit.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Warriors.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this will get marked down as their 16th win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And what a huge performance it was for Stephen Curry.
Gotta respect the leadership he showed today, made great reads, and distributed the ball accordingly.
Here's Golden State. They're rolling here, 9 unanswered. Santos pulls it in.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Can't believe he missed that. Looked like a loss of focus.
And there it is for him.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
And it's hammered home by Green.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
Here's Spencer. And Daniel Tice picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And let's face it, they won't get back in the game with fouls like that.
Substitution on the court.